Hello, welcome to Grant Talks Funny Bits. Today is going to be an interesting one because I think our times are out of sync with tonight's guest. So I messaged him an hour ago, but I've not had a message back from him. So if he pops on, he pops on. If he doesn't, then we're going to have a bit of a natter, a bit of a chat. We're going to talk to you about how you guys are doing with this stage hypnosis world. Richard Cole is here. First comment goes to Richard. Hey ho, Richard, how are you? How is Canada? It'll be starting to get cold now in Canada, won't it? Yeah, you guys have some brutal winters. Looking forward to maybe popping over there and seeing you. I know I owe you a beer or two. So yes, tonight's guest was Richard Anthony, but like I say, I believe our times might be synced out a little bit. Adam Richard Dealer is here as well. The whole gang's here. So yep, we can all just kind of chat and natter for a little bit, talk about hypnosis. Richard, when you say cold, how cold is a kind of a typical winter over there for you? Karen Louise is here. Hiya. Hello, Karen. I hope you are well. Like I say, for those who are jumping on now, I do believe that our times might be synced out with tonight's guest. I can see that he's not seen my message, but hey ho, if we can't get him on, we're just going to have a bit of a natter and try and get him on another time. Natasha says not on Facebook. I don't know because I'm seeing other comments coming in on Facebook. I've heard it's very cold winter up in Canada. I've heard it's a very cold winter. Oh, I like your play on words there, Adam. Oh, there you go. Richard Cole, minus 10 degrees, but I'm in southern Canada. Wow, that's cold. That's like summer in Yorkshire, that. So, yes, I'm still checking to see if there's a notification that he's seen it. He's not seen it. But so, no doubt I'll get a message later on apologising and kind of saying whatever, but it's probably my fault. It's okay. It came up now. There we go. Trust the process, Natasha. This is how it works with this show. If everything's working fine technically, then it's a guest issue. If we have a great guest, sometimes we have terrible technical issues. So it's all the fun of doing live events as well. So I hope you're all doing well. We're going to waffle until the guest turns up. If not, then hopefully we'll rearrange this week for next week. Life gets in the way sometimes, so that is how it is. Where are you watching from? Are you on Facebook? Are you on YouTube? Are you in Canada? Are you in America? Are you in England, Scotland, Ireland, Wales? Wherever it is in the world you're watching from, let me know and we can talk about it and see how things are for you. This afternoon, I was at a... there we go. Hey, you had a talk earlier. What was that about? Oh, how shall we begin? Oh, yes, I was a friend of mine organised the business show, which is about pushing businesses forward after the pandemic. So it was at a local stadium. So I kind of did a talk on kind of hypnosis and how you can use hypnosis techniques to improve your business, improve your focus, goal setting, etc. And that was really good, actually. I got to manage to share the stage and welcome on stage the UK's #1 motivational business speaker, Mr. Brad Burton. That's a mouthful, so I've been told. So yeah, it was really great to do that, and it was nice to see live events happening, and kind of people getting out there again. So yeah, it was good fun. There we go. Karen Louise, Facebook and a chilly Mansfield, UK, as my heating has broke. Oh, there's nothing worse. I'm one of these people that I hate being cold. You know, even in summer, I'm tempted to kind of wrap up. I love to be warm. So yes, I saved his ass again and brought coffee. Yes, you did, and it was a great event. So yeah, so today I've been speaking about hypnosis and using hypnosis to improve your business. So and it was nice to do. It was really interesting to do a talk about hypnosis that wasn't a show. So there was no expectation to do silly things and make people do daft things, but it was nice to do a demonstration of hypnosis, doing a couple of suggestibility tests, kind of doing a little bit of slight trance work and showing people in the business community that hypnosis doesn't necessarily have to be kind of silly or woo-woo, and how it can be used as a great tool and a resource for that. And that's just kind of something that I've been putting together over lockdown, and because shows being what they are, it's nice to do something different, and it's nice to do something for the local business community. But that's how it is. Speaking of local business community, it's nice here in the UK. Shows are coming back, which is really good. I don't want to use this show as a plug, but if we've not got a guest on, then I can't offend the guest. So I am performing locally in a couple of weeks' time, and let's see if we can bring it up on screen. There you go, Ossett Town Hall. This is some of you may have seen the video clips from this show. This is one where I style the venue. I have massive letters, 5.5-foot letters that say sleep that go across the front of the stage. We have purple balloons, purple lights, purple confetti, lots of purple. And it's a bit of a production show for stage stuff. So that's that show. If you're in the UK, if you're in the Northern England, if you are close to Yorkshire and you love hypnosis, then come along to that show as well. So yeah, I'll just go through loads of little different links there and find out where I'm at. I thought I had another one. I have a Halloween show coming up, which is going to be interesting. Again, that's at a local stadium, so it's quite a big show. And it's nice for me. It's nice to see shows coming in. I've had a couple of contacts this week get in touch that they'd been let down by a hypnotist here in the UK and couldn't find anyone to book it. And it came to me from about 3, maybe 4 different people, all coming to me about this kind of party that had been let down. And to be honest, at first I was unsure about doing it myself, but I booked it in the end. But it's weird to think that whereas before there was lots of hypnotists scrambling for work, now there doesn't seem to be as many people out there at the moment. Adam Richard Dealett, looking forward to the Halloween show. Adam, I am looking forward to hypnotising you at the Halloween show. I'm going to make you butch, apparently. That's what I've been told to tell you. So, yeah. So if you are just tuning in as well, tonight's guest, Richard, for whatever reason, hasn't been able to make it. Jason Nobby Morgan's here as well. It's always when we have an issue with the guest that everybody jumps on. So, yeah. Why are they not doing the shows you're getting calls for? I've no idea. I did kind of ask what the issue was, but apparently this particular person had booked somebody, and to quote him, "We've been let down." That's all he said. So I didn't want to pry too much. So I didn't want to slag off or be negative towards another performer, because again, life gets in the way sometimes. So I'm sure they would have had a genuine reason for not doing that show. There we go. Fraser Penman, good evening, bud. Good evening, Fraser. How are you? Richard Cole, wow. Yes. Jason Nobby Morgan, oi, oi. Looking forward to the Halloween show. Natasha Stanley, oi, oi, reply. I don't know what Natasha Stanley's put there. That doesn't make any sense. What's with the weird foreign bits? I think Natasha Stanley has been hacked. So, yeah. Each week, again, this show, I try and bring you interesting guests from around the world. Marketing question. I see you had a QR code on your poster. Has that helped? Yes. QR codes before the pandemic, for me, I thought they died a death. They weren't really, they didn't really take off. COVID has really brought QR codes forward. Previously, when you tried to use them, you had to have an app on your phone to kind of make them work properly. Now, if you've got a modern phone, you just use your camera and it takes them there. I want to put the least amount of steps as possible between the person when they go, "Oh, that's interesting," to them buying a ticket. And QR codes take them straight there as well. I have some stickers. And those stickers have QR codes with some wording on there as well that I randomly put in places that send people to my YouTube channel where they can subscribe and watch videos. And again, I just think it's a good way of creating hype. And it takes that person from where they are. They can see the poster, scan the QR code, and they can see clips from the show there and then. Still on the grind as always. Great to see you. So busy, mate. Oh well, it's good to be busy, but it takes work to make that happen. We're trying some NFC RFID tags soon at events we use. QR codes are fantastic iOS, but not great for Android. Yeah, I must admit, I've got some great flight cases. That I'm looking at getting branded up at some point soon. Adam. Um, and yeah, QR codes or RFID chips in those would be great as well. It's about using the technology that's out there and using it to our advantage as performers and as business people in order to get people either to a page on your website, to follow you on your social media, to subscribe to you on your YouTube channel, about engaging with them as much as possible. So QR codes are a great way of doing that. And again, the way that most QR codes are now, you can style them, you can make them into your own branding, you can make them look good and push them out there. So yeah, it's just about, and again, sending them to a YouTube clip. You can send them to exactly the one you want them to see. That is, it makes it a bit more immersive, a bit more engaging. And if you're sticking them on places like bus stops, whilst people are waiting for the bus, you're capturing their attention, and hopefully that will convert into a ticket sale or a fan or follower. So yes. Oh, I have 5 new messages from LinkedIn. Maybe we've got one. There we go. I don't know what this is. Oh, how very strange. Yes. So each week we're trying to bring you a different guest. Some of the guests that are in the pipeline at the moment, we've got Bob Burns, who is a fantastic hypnotist, hypnotherapist, and all-round great guy. We will get Richard Anthony back in on some point. Like I say, I always struggle with the timings for some of the states in America. I always set up an event on Facebook, and the reason why I do this, as some of you that have been on the show know, I set this up so it syncs our times. You can go into the event, and on that, it's local to your time as well. So then that way, we're all on the same page. But sometimes it doesn't work out that way. But that is completely fine. I'm really keen to speak to Richard because he's a great performer, and he's another one that's about writing original material. We had Michael Johns on the other week, who writes some fantastic material as well. And it'll be interesting to kind of, as we go through these shows from this point forward as well, to kind of look at new ways of developing shows rather than just all of us performing the same old routines as well. So, yeah. So what are your funniest routines? Not just the hypnotists that are watching, but the general public. What type of comedy do you find hilarious? Because that's where I try and find my inspiration from skits. It's from the comedy that I watch. I love like old school Faulty Towers, and Carry On humor, Laurel and Hardy, those types of things, because I think it's timeless comedy. And in a society that we're in at the moment where everything, we have a lot of very sensitive people, and whether that's good or bad, that's up to you. But it's good to find some old school, timeless humor, which you can incorporate into your show. So yeah, let me know in the comment section who your favorite comedian is. Because for me, it is some of the old guys. I went to a training with, I've forgotten his name. There's a guy called Parrotface, who was an old school vaudeville kind of boardwalk entertainer. I've lost it. Parrotface Davis. But he did a great workshop on performing. And how lots of entertainers give away their power at the end of the show. And it's really interesting that he kind of says about like bowing at the end of the show. The longer you can stand there and not bow, the better reaction you can get from an audience sometimes. Because when you bow at the end of a show, you're telling the audience that that's enough. So yeah, improv TV show. Do you have Whose Line? Yes. Richard Cole, great show. And there's an amazing hypnotist called Assad, who has a show with Colin Mockery from Whose Line Is It Anyway, called Hypprov. And that is a great show using hypnosis and improv. It is fantastic. Jason Simmons, I like Bill Burr, Dave Chappelle, and Patrice O'Neill. Bill Burr has got to be one of my favorite comedians like anywhere at the moment. He's just brilliant, and he manages to tip that box of being a man's man without crossing that line. And if he did cross that line, he doesn't really care about it. But great comedian. Got to love the old Phoenix Nights black bin bags. Put Paddy McGuinness wasn't great with an audience when we saw him live on a show. Yes, I loved Phoenix Nights, and I think it's very northern humour. But I've worked a lot of those clubs and still work some of those clubs. So when you see it, you recognise each one of those characters. Carl Louise, Michael McIntyre. I like Michael McIntyre. Richard Cole says both Canadians. Yes, there's something about Canada that really does. I don't know what the word is. You grow good performers, good comedians. Carl Louise, Michael McIntyre. Yes, Michael McIntyre is the only, apart from Jason Simmons, is the only funny Southerner that I know. I'm a big believer that to be funny, you've got to have a regional accent. And if you've got a posh Southern accent, it doesn't come across very well in comedy. However, Michael McIntyre is the exception that proves that rule. Jason Simmons, have a watch on his take on Yoko Ono. It's brilliant. Yes. Richard Cole, Collin and Assad. Absolutely. Yes. I saw that show at the Edinburgh Fringe 2-3 years ago. And again, brilliant. Brilliant how to see a hypnosis show done well. And there must have been 300-400 people in the audience, which over here is really good. So that was good. Natasha Stanley, I like Jimmy Carr. I think Jimmy Carr's a great comedy writer. I don't find him, it's that laugh that he does that just annoys me. So I don't like him, but I find him funny. Jason Simmons, that'll explain why I died on my hole at the Frog and Bucket. Jason did an amazing showcase this week, which is always a challenge for hypnotists to do. And I managed to see it live stream, and I had some friends that were there that said it was absolutely amazing. I got to saw it was absolutely amazing as well. So it's about putting the work in. You put in the work, you do the graft, you'll get the results. So well done, Jason, for that. Fraser Penman, children inspire me to write. They do the funniest thing. Yeah. Children's humor is it's pure. Sometimes there's something funny about a joke or a situation that you don't have to think about it too much. But these are just my opinions. Adam Richard Dealer, I think you're a great comic, Grant. Either Adam's been hacked or is after something. I'm not used to it. Richard Cole, accents. Do you have trouble with folks understanding the accents? A struggle or a positive? I've had people struggle with my accent. So when I'm on stage, I try and slow it down a little bit. If I'm back in Manchester, I'll just talk normally. But it's very rare I perform in Manchester, weirdly enough. But yeah, if I'm anywhere else, especially if I'm outside of the country, I'll slow it down. Weirdly, in America, I have to really slow it down for Americans. Natasha Stanley, I like him on your face or mine. Let's just say yours, Natasha. Brilliant. Yeah. Fraser Penman, my accent is 100% negative. Nobody understands. The first time I went, Fraser lives in Scotland, in the UK, which is like the northern part of England. The first time I did a tour in Scotland, Alan, who at the time did my sound, is my business partner now. Alan is Scottish, or he has Scottish roots. So I've got the line of volunteers, and they were all on holiday from Glasgow. They'd come down to Dumfries. And I'm not lying when I kind of went along the line of volunteers and asked them, oh, what's your name and where you're from? Put the microphone in them. And the first person, and Fraser, I do apologise for that accent, and the first person went, and I could not understand the word they said. And that's really awkward. So I asked them again, slowly, and they repeated the same thing, and I could not understand a word that they said. And Alan was looking at me, wetting himself laughing because he loves to see me struggle. And not one person could I understand what they said. So that was really difficult, but a great place, a favourite part of the world to work in. I love it. Jason Simmons, I was in Glasgow this weekend and couldn't understand a word the cab driver was saying. Glasgow is I don't think you can get any more Scottish than Glasgow. Inverness is a lovely part of the world, and I like them because I think they speak what I would call posh Scottish. In Inverness, they sound like Mrs. Doubtfire. In Glasgow, they sound like Scotland. Adam Richard Dealey, do your Scottish impression, Grant. No. Anyone that does travel up to Scotland, though, you do have to have a Scottish breakfast. It is the best breakfast in the world. And don't be surprised that you have a square sausage. Yes. Grant, you were the same in Wakefield. It's only 30 minutes from your house. I can't, yeah, Wakefield, no, can't stand that. Which was weird because I had a Wakefield kind of theme for tonight's show because Richard Anthony is actually from Wakefield in America. So there we go. Fraser Penman, I am posh Scottish, be careful. There you go, you see, there's nothing wrong in being posh Scottish. Yeah, Glasgow, thank you. I like my, dear me, we're going off on a tangent in the comments section, as you guys sometimes do. So yeah, hopefully you're enjoying these Grant kind of sometimes waffles on and talks funny bits. And sometimes we have a guest and sometimes we don't. And tonight's one of those nights when we don't have a guest. But hopefully we can still chat, we can still deliver value, and you guys can still get something from this. Richard Cole Fraser, I was in Edinburgh when I was 10. We have family that lives there, I think. Edinburgh is such a beautiful part of the world. The Fringe is a great place to go. There's some great hypnotists up at the Fringe as well. I know this year there was only one up there, which was Robert Temple, who did a great job by all accounts. But it's always great. The atmosphere at Edinburgh Fringe for comedy and variety is brilliant. And that's one of the things that I love about stage hypnosis. It is about variety entertainment. There's so many venues in the UK that kind of rely on the same old things, tribute acts, singers, Michael Bublé tributes, tribute shows, and they just kind of follow that same circle. Encourage your local entertainment venues to have variety, to have a ventriloquist, to have a hypnotist. That's so important. Where are we up to in the comment section here? Natasha Stanley, and the potato things are called, what are they called? Chipolata. No, you guys are feel give your heads a shake. Grant, is your phone ringing off the hook with show bookings of folks starving for new variety entertainment? I wouldn't say ringing off the hook. I don't think it's ever been ringing off the hook, but there's lots of work out there. I was talking to a hypnotist, a new hypnotist that came to a training course I did with a fantastic hypnotist called Christopher Caress, who does some great trainings. And we spoke about a good way to get bookings. And he followed the example that I gave him. And on his fourth attempt, he got himself a booking, and a great booking at that as well. And that's how easy it is to get shows. Most venues don't know what a hypnotist is these days. Most venues don't know what variety entertainment is. Offer them something different. It's going to help them because they want to stand out and be different from the other venues in the local area. Because there's only so many bands you can have. There's only so many, singers you can have. There's only so many DJs you can have. If you offer a venue something different in that local area, then you've got yourself a venue. It's surprising the amount of people who have never seen a hypnosis show in the UK. Absolutely, Jason. Absolutely. Or you'll prospect a venue and go, I'm a hypnotist, this is what I do. And they go, oh, we've not had one of them here for about 15 years. And yeah, did it go down well? Oh, yeah, it was brilliant. And you're like, oh, would you like to book another? Oh, yeah. And that's it. It's as simple as that. Strange question for Jason, Grant, etc. Have you guys ever been hypnotized? Yes. I think it gives you a deeper understanding of what is going on stage with your volunteers if you have been there yourself. If you've not been there yourself, there's an element of, for me, there's an element of fear. You don't know what they're experiencing, so you're having to almost guess it. Once you've been through it a couple of times, and I always recommend people, if you want to get into stage hypnosis, volunteer for as many shows as you can, because you have to get past that. You have to get past that not being hypnotized because you're trying to listen to what's going on and just go with it. Because when you understand what they're experiencing, you can really deliver so much more on stage after that. Jason Novi Morgan, you're looking quite important tonight. Is that important or impotent, Jason? I know it's what I feel tonight. Strange question, Jason. 100% agree. Yes, it takes away a lot of the mystique from what we do. And yes, I remember my head being stuck to the floor, and it was during a training. I thought, holy smokes, this shite works. Exactly. It lets you know how powerful it is as well. Brilliant. Who was the hypnotist that hypnotized you, Jason? And that's the thing as well, when we're doing good shows, if you do a good show, you're a good advocate for what we do. And hopefully you do create new talent from that as well. It's a great testament to the person that hypnotized Jason that he's then gone on to then become, the hypnotist that he is today. Jason Simmons, were you a chicken asking for a friend? I say who, I'll put my hand up. Who does the chicken routine still? I love it. There is something about that routine that because it's expected, so many people don't do it. And because of that, it's refreshing when people do it. And I think it is one of the funniest ones out there. I can't remember. I have a feeling it was Chris Stock Strange, but I'm not sure. Chris is a phenomenal hypnotist and great guy as well. Adam Richard Dealit, what's your plans for me? What, short term or long term? So, Adam, when you volunteer on stage, you will have the most fun guaranteed. The only thing that would be more fun than being the volunteer on that particular show will be all the people that are watching the show. But trust me, I will look after you. Yes, Natasha Stanley, he can't carry those out in public. Yes. So guys, I've kind of talked for a little bit here. Hopefully, that might be a marketing strategy. Yes, you will become a chicken. I shied away from the chicken routine a few years ago because there's a very old video on YouTube of me doing this to a young guy. And the guy, Grant, can you remember where I was, Rihanna? Can you remember what you were? I was Rihanna. Oh, I can see you as Rihanna, Fraser. So this routine I was doing at this venue, the chicken routine, and I got approached by a website wanting to use it and edit it. And when it got used, it was a very interesting video. But yeah, we'll not go into that. That's more of Richard's kind of territory. It was a very adult routine that they incorporated the video clip from the chicken hypnosis. Square Egg, Jason Himmons, Matt Hale did Chicken Free Tour. Yes, he did. Yeah, Matt Hale does come to the UK every now and then. When he does, he's a great hypnotist to go and see. And a great example, if you go back through some of the videos previously, we talked about that. His show posters are brilliant because every couple of years he completely revamps the show, has great posters, and this sends a message to bookers that it is a new show. But yeah, I think he's currently doing the Bonkers one, which is it looks amazing. Natasha Stanley, you're at it. Have you ever had anyone actually? No. No, not yet. I think on some level, the unconscious mind of the volunteer is always there to protect them. Favorite venue or show, UK and or international? My favorite venue I've ever done was the Batley Frontier. It was such an iconic venue back in its day, and the layout of it inside with the stage and there's like tiered seating coming away from the stage with like horseshoe shaped booths. So it felt intimate. It felt like you were really close to the audience, but it's a great venue as well. And I always love it because people always tell me, they went, "Oh, the only hypnotist I've ever seen was like Martin St. James at Batley Frontier. Oh, it was great there." And it was nice to do a venue that I was the last hypnotist to ever perform there. Not because I perform there, but it's now a 24-hour gym, I think. Jason Simmons, I saw his show when he was over. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah. When it comes to venues as well, you can have some great shows in some not so great venues. I've done marquees on grass, and they've been great shows. For me, it's about when you can really feel the connection with the audience. You've got it. Sometimes those big stages, you've got a disconnect between you and the audience, and that can form a real challenge sometimes. There's a great venue on the East Coast that I love doing, and they had a bit of a refurb, and it just moved the chairs further away from the stage, and it made it a more of a challenging show because the audience couldn't connect and build that rapport with you. I saw a show when it was over. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely, yes. Feel the connection with the audience. Amen. Exactly. That's what it's all about. You feed off their energy, and that's what gets you through a good show. Once you've got that connection through rapport and whatever else, once you've got that, you can do anything. And it's such a great way. I think it's one of the most important things is that connection, because you can have some great volunteers, but if you've not got that connection to the audience, you come away feeling like you've really worked hard. Whereas if you've got a great audience, anything's possible. I think someone once explained to me about it's got to be immersive entertainment. The audience have got to feel like they're involved, that they're connected to you and to the people on stage as well. So, there we go. I caught Dave Rawson over the weekend, had a great show up in Rotherham. Yeah, I saw that after it happened, and that show was not far from me at all. I would love to have seen that. It's a great venue as well, and I think that was in a marquee. Harvey Benjafield, remember the laser show at the end of the night at the Frontier, or back in your day, the Batley Variety Club? Yes. At that particular venue, they had, some of the older viewers will remember a show called Hitman and Her, but they had a laser show, and it would come on to, I believe it was like 2001 Space Odyssey or Star Wars or something like that, and the smoke would come out like, shh, and these lights would slowly lower from the ceiling and do this amazing laser light show. It was phenomenal. Back when nightclubs were proper nightclubs. Yeah. Natasha Stanley, well, just in case anyone cares, although I've always been adamant I'm not going to become a hypnotist, I was very kind of gifted a certificate, of course, which I'm currently completing. This looks like I'm going to be a hypnotist after all. Oh, there you go. All the men in the world are now shitting themselves. Natasha is going to become a hypnotist. Natasha, I think you'd be brilliant at it. So, guys, we've waffled on for 33 minutes. I do apologise. I will figure out what's happened to our guest and reschedule for hopefully next week, or if not, we shall have somebody else. And spread the word. If you know someone that would love to be on the show, or you know someone that should be on the show, drop them a message, let them know. Because, again, this is about us all sharing our stories so that we can all improve our game, really. So, guys, for me, thank you very much for joining me. Like I say, if you are in the Yorkshire area and you want to come see one of the shows, drop me a message, drop me a line, and we'll make that happen. Dear me, they're going crazy in the comments again. Adam, I'll see you soon, buddy. So from me, take care. Have a great week. For those of you that are interested, on Sunday, we have a Sunday Sessions, which is like more of a positive suggestion type show on YouTube. But apart from that, I shall see you next week. Thank you very much for your kind words, Jason. Yes, let's keep it going. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care. Have a great week. And don't forget, let us know how you're doing. See you next week and take care.